I think it says it's recording, so we're going, dude.
We're good. You start
Hey,
like we
hey,
planned.
everybody, whoever's listening. I'm Tyler Knott
Hello.
Gregson. That guy
And
there.
I'm Raymond James.
Me and Ash have a lot of things in common. We are both poets. We are both photographers. We are both gentlemen.
Lovely, lovely gentleman.
And we both happen to live somewhere on that beautiful broad rainbow that is the spectrum of the autism spectrum disorder, which is pretty cool.
Goddamn right.
It is right. And so basically, that's who we are. And we decided that we were going to have this little project together, I guess, for a ton of reasons. First of all, we want people out there to kind of have an idea of what it can be like to be on the spectrum as a grown adult.
Yeah, and our differences.
Yeah,
Just to show you how different it can be between two people, let alone the whole world.
exactly. And I'm from the United States. Ash happens to be from Wales. So that's
Lovely, lovely place.
another element here that is just, it's going to make it
fantastic.
a fantastic journey. And
dragons and whatever Montana brings to the table.
And mythical beasts and the pies they eat.
Oh, pies, man. Come on.
So Ash, that's why we decided to call it On the Spectrum. Because
we're on the spectrum.
We're both on the spectrum.
Exactly.
That's what we are.
And it's probably going to be a lot geared towards that, and it probably help a lot of people who are on the spectrum.
I think so.
I think it's good aim.
I think that there's a lot of people that probably want answers to this. I know when we were putting out the feelers for what we were doing and why we were doing it, I got questions from people that, you know, maybe their kids are on the spectrum, or their friends or brothers or siblings or boyfriends or girlfriends. And I don't think many people have any idea anymore what it is or what.
Well, no, because the groups that I reached out to, they asked about kids as well.
Yeah.
And I think because it's now more, in a way, accepted.
I agree.
Like that more people are getting the diagnosis early. And like, it's sort of helpful, but I think it's worrying for a lot of parents.
I think so too. I think it's scary as hell when people hear that.
Yeah, it is. Because it's a lot to deal with.
I don't know if it was the same, like when you were a kid, I don't know how it was over in Wales either, but like when I was a kid, and I'm a little bit older than you, but
yeah,
I'm a lot bit older than you.
Well, a little bit, not much. Like not quite 10 years.
Not quite 10 years, pushing 10. But when I was a kid, like nobody here knew anything about it, especially living in Montana. I feel like it was like a dead zone and nobody knew. And I think what everybody just called it back then was everyone just said like, oh, he has ADD or he has ADHD or, and there wasn't and there wasn't any more information really. I think even the counselors in the schools didn't have any idea.
I would say within the last like 10 years, really.
Yeah.
Which isn't long.
It isn't.
That it's really become a thing.
Do you guys have the DSM thing over there? Is it the same thing over there? Is like in America we have this thing called like the DSM-4, and I think now they've updated it to the DSM-5, and it's like a manual of all mental disorders.
No.
Oh, you don't have that over there?
We don't have a manual for anything.
Well,
it'd be good if we had one.
A lot of good manuals do our country. So yeah, over here we have this DSM thing, and this is how weird it is. Like when I was in school, nobody talked about autism. Nobody talked about, especially not Asperger's. Nobody talked about any of that stuff. And then when they replaced the DSM-4 with the DSM-5, Asperger's was no longer in there. So like they don't even have it as a classification anymore, and now it's just considered ASD. Everyone, you know, wherever you fit on that broad spectrum.
Yeah, but it is very broad.
It's super broad.
And that's like one of the things that we want to talk about a lot.
Yeah.
How much it can differ. But over here, it's not, it's so recent that it's being recognized as a serious thing.
Yeah.
But it has been around. Like when I was in school, I think autism was just a word.
Mm-hmm. Without and it was a scary word too.
It was, but no one knew what it meant.
No.
Which was weird.
It is weird. And it's weird now because there's like TV shows and the main characters are autistic, and I think that's rad. I think that's the best thing that could possibly be happening for this.
Yeah, but if that happened years ago, you would have been like, what is happening here.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have a clue.
No,
So it's good how it's come along, but I think it's also scary for some people.
I agree. And I think that's
But
why what we're doing is going to be kind of rad, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of myths about ASD. And I think you and I are two pretty good examples of, like you said, how broad that spectrum can be and how
yeah,
it can manifest in adults rather than, because I think when you think of autism, you just think of kids. And
yeah, a lot of people do.
yeah, and we're not, I mean, we're kids still in a lot of ways, but we're also not kids in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because like one of the myths that I read a lot is it just a childhood thing?
Yep.
And do you grow out of it?
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that
Yeah.
that was a genuine belief.
Well, I think it
It's like,
still is.
yeah, not
I
as
think
much,
no,
but it still is to some people,
it
which
is.
is why we still got a long way to go with awareness.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Yeah, and the
So
differences between us and the similarities, even though we do cross wires a lot,
we do.
but there's so much difference too.
There is. I would
And
say
we
we're
gotta
more
cover along
different than
this.
we are alike.
Oh yeah, we're very alike.
We are
So
very alike. So yeah, I think this first one, I think the important thing is just to do like an introduction of sorts.
well, exactly. Just say what we want to do and who we are.
Yep. And I think what's going to be important is the feedback we get from anybody who happens to be listening, because I think the coolest thing that we could probably do would be if we tackled subjects and topics that other people don't understand or that other people think are important or that they're curious about. Because I think you and I, especially coming from such different places, we have this ability now that I think we can clean up a lot of misconceptions, and I think we can maybe even like, I think the thing that I think is going to be really cool is I think there's going to be a lot of hope that we give to people, because a few of the people I heard from today were really nervous about what is going to happen with their kid when their kid, gets out of the house or stops, being a child. And I think that's something that you and I can speak heavily to, because we've been having to deal with this for years now. And so,
But I also think there's quite like a bit of fear in the curiosity, and people are a little bit worried to ask questions.
Oh, for sure.
So I want to make it clear that there's no limit. Like ask. If you're curious, just ask us.
You can ask us anything.
We're gonna exactly, and we're gonna answer it the best we can.
The best we can is the key term there, because there's going to be some messes that come out of this thing.
But there's going to be also some things we don't particularly know about.
That's true.
Because of how broad it is.
Yeah. And I don't think either you or me are ashamed to say we don't have a clue what the hell the answer is.
No, exactly. But we will bring it up, I imagine, if you ask. I'm going to tell you.
And we'll do our research, and then we'll come back later with the research.
Well researched, well prepared.
Well spoken, hopefully.
We'll pretend we know.
We'll pretend for a minute, and then we'll get to the bottom of the real truth.
Exactly.
It's exactly
one at
right.
a time.
And since most of you probably came here from listening or reading our poetry, I think we're gonna at least, I don't know what the plan is yet, but I think we should at least end every episode with reading a poem.
Well, I like that.
I think that would be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, I write a lot on the topic.
We do.
I like mental health. I got a lot of material ready.
So do I.
It'd be good to read it.
Well, and I think the other thing is, I think we can help show people that writing can be a tool to dealing with this. If there are other people dealing with any mental illness, I think writing is it's an invaluable tool to deal with mental illness in any way.
Well, yeah, a lot of the arts, it doesn't have to be poetry. It can be any way of painting or doing a song. I want to see you do a song.
We should do a song.
We should do a song. There we go. Well, that's something to look forward to later.
Yep, Ash and I are going to live do a song. Might be
just on the spot.
Freestyle rap.
That's fine.
Well, that's another thing that our listeners might, and viewers, I suppose, because there's video.
Viewers, because of the video.
Most of them probably don't know that you had an illustrious career as a freestyle rapper.
Let me just say, it was a highlight of my life.
It was a highlight of my life when I found out about it.
I had at least 3 fans.
Well, you have 4 now.
If I have 4 now,
Because
Sarah's won 5.
5. I mean, it was the
I
highlight of
I
my entire life when I found out that you were a rapper.
I probably should have chased that dream a
Do you
little more.
want to tell everybody what your rap name was?
Well, MC Wilder was,
MC
when,
Wilder.
and Tyler decided that'd be really funny to buy me a shirt that's rap dedicated,
I
just
think we
so
should.
I never forget that tragedy of my life.
I'm gonna make a shirt for myself that promotes MC Wilder and just let people wonder what it is that we're talking about.
Like, I imagine in a few weeks, there's going to be people asking me, can you rap?
Or they're gonna be asking you, hey, about that MC Wilder merch.
Oh, yeah.
When do we roll it out?
If people want the merch, DM me.
We'll make merch for this. We will make MC Wilder merch.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
we'll make On the Spectrum merch too.
Oh, of course.
On that note, here's an opportunity to win a free prize. If anybody out there can discover the hidden message in our logo, they will be in the waveform.
Yeah.
Well,
if you have luck at all,
we just gave it away. I wasn't even going to say in the waveform, but
no, but like that's not giving it away at all.
Well, maybe there was something hidden, like in the net with Sandra Bullock. Maybe it was hidden in the photo. Did you ever think of that?
Well, I didn't think of that until just now.
Well, now
Please
you know.
cut that out.
I'm not editing this.
You're not editing it at all.
Well, maybe just the quality of the audio, but so there's a hidden message in there. If anyone finds it, they will be the proud recipient.
Please let us know.
Of a signed book of your choice.
Which is awesome.
It could be any book. It doesn't even have to be my book. Just any book you want, and we'll sign our name on it, and you'll get it.
And I think we'll see how this goes. But like, if we get to like 6 weeks in, and no one's got close, we might have to give a hint.
We might have to do that. That's true.
But we'll see.
So, anyways, I don't know how long we've been going. I don't know if there's a timer or I don't see a timer.
Nor do I.
Do you remember what time we started this extravaganza?
Here.
We'll go for a little bit, and then from
a little bit longer
because
it's only an introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
like,
is just
what are we saying?
This is dipping your toes into the pool, is what this is.
Oh yeah. Well, like this is the first time I've ever done anything on a microphone, like a lot, like this. And
like this.
Like those. I haven't even got a good microphone yet.
Well, I only have this because Sarah and I had to do a radio book tour for North Pole Ninjas, and Penguin bought us this microphone.
Well, that's kind.
It is kind because I wouldn't have it otherwise. And I hope to get some headphones that don't have wires soon, which will be nice.
I like these.
I know those are nice. We should get sponsored for
wireless.
Are we both
sponsored by?
We're both wearing Bose, so hey Bose.
Just to let you know.
Just to let you know. 2 pairs.
Want a close up?
I know. Here, look at mine. Mine's buried beneath my lack of a haircut.
Luxurious locks.
My curls that weren't supposed to be curls.
Or I imagine we're gonna run for like half hour.
That would be about what I would guess, because that's about the limit of the Zoom call that we can record without paying for it. Hey Zoom.
Just saying.
What's up, dude?
We're here to help. But as it goes forward, we got a not too strict, but we have got a structure.
We do. It's not just going to be rambling.
Way to talk about it. So we have got a plan of sorts.
We do. Should we maybe we should talk about what some of the episodes are going to be.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to have is, this is our introduction, just a way for people to get to know us a little better and have an idea why we're here. We're going to have one that's about daily life with someone on the spectrum. And obviously this whole podcast is not just us rambling about mental health things. That's not it. It's going to be a lot of stuff, but this is the thing that unites you and me, because there aren't a lot of people like us. We need to look up those numbers. I don't know what the rate of adults living with ASD are, but I don't know what they are.
Nor do I.
Well, we'll look that up for next time.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot though.
It's not too many.
And it's definitely, I wonder how many people are really good friends like we are that are both dealing with this.
Oh yeah.
Probably
But like
just
I said, it
narrows it
is
more.
like we've said so many times already. It's so broad that like two people could have it, but the differences between them could be too big.
Exactly.
You
And they
know.
might not
So
even
it's
know.
like, but it's also worth noting that I do have ADHD as well.
And
So
I don't.
I might drift. I'm easily distracted. Tyler's very focused. First difference right there.
They're big.
So
That's a biggie.
I might drift off and interrupt him.
But I think you and I tend to drift off at the same time, which that could prove catastrophic for this endeavor. But we're gonna go with it.
We need one person who can pull us back, and we haven't got that.
We don't have that.
That's why it needs to be live.
I have a list right here, and I keep trying to go back to it, but
You're trying.
whatever. So then another episode is going to be about some of our coping mechanisms and routines that we use to get through a day.
Yeah.
Writing chiefly among them.
Yeah, like, are we gonna contemplate doing this in order of like through the diagnosis stage? So like childhood, diagnosis, coping.
I wasn't diagnosed as a child.
No, was I.
See,
actually. So adults.
We can just skip the whole beginning part. But no, I think it'll be good to go back in time though, because
it would be.
I think seeing some of our struggles and the things that not only did we go through, but that we were successfully transitioning through, I think that's a big deal. Because I think there's a lot of people that feel like where they are right now with it might be where they're going to stay forever. And that is not true.
But to compare it as well, like if you look back and you think of how you handled it when you were unaware, how you're handling it now you're aware, like how would you do it differently?
Exactly.
Because like back in the childhood, it's the same thing. It's like if you knew, would it be different? Ooh. We'll talk about it later.
We will. Tune in to a future episode to be determined later.
Tune in to sometime, some week in the future.
What else we got? We're gonna have an episode about poetry and writing, creative writing, and how that can help.
Well, we have to. Yeah.
We got to do that.
We got to do that.
And then we got one. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. We're gonna bring in 2 special guests on one,
which is going to be exciting.
And it's gonna be about what it's like to love an autistic adult. And in order to do so, we're gonna bring in the lovely Sarah Lyndon Gregson, my wife as of October. And the lovely beautiful. Savannah.
I still cry about it daily.
Yeah, Ash was at the wedding in the Isle of Skye. I cried too, a lot.
Yeah.
I held a book to my nose. I was crying so hard.
He was.
That was a big day.
Didn't help me. I cried more.
That's true. And we're going to bring in your lovely girlfriend.
Savannah Rose Phibbs.
Exactly. And she's going to that's going to be a really interesting one because we can kind of interview the ladies and see what it's like to be on the other side of this very dilapidated coin.
I can imagine the slight spoiler is going to be, it's really difficult.
In case you're busy that episode, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's like the summary done.
Yeah. The description in the little post bio will say, loving an autistic adult, pain in the ass.
Hopefully it's going to be something like annoying but worth it.
I'm hoping for worth it.
I want a hopeful end.
I do too. I don't
mind if the middle's a bit like jumbled. As long as the ending's happy.
I like muddy middles.
Yeah, muddy middles is good.
That would have been a good name for this. Muddy middles.
That's the subtitle.
Yeah.
Right there.
On the spectrum, muddy middles.
Somewhere on the spectrum in the muddy middles.
Yep. And then we're going to have an episode where we just ramble about whatever it is that probably whatever has been introduced to us by our listeners, which would be sweet. And then, I don't know.
It would be worth.
We're going to do some myths.
Myths. But it'd be worth actually seeing what people bring up. Because like, what have we got here? We got like 6 episodes planned out.
We do. And I went through and looked on people's responses. And there was a lot of people that responded. There was a lot of like fake Instagram bots too that I wanted to throw into a fire.
Your face.
Yeah, but there's some real people that wanted some real info.
Exactly. But like the last 2 episodes, because we were planning on 8, maybe we base that on something that we haven't thought of yet.
That's true.
That someone will probably make us aware of.
What if we end up with about 800 episodes?
Well, yeah, that could be even better.
What if we're a nationally and internationally syndicated superpower of media?
What if we do it like Breaking Bad, where like the one season was like super short, and then we come back for a second season and it's super long?
I would like that.
That would be really good. And then like the third season, it's just endless.
Would you be Walter White or would you be why did I just forget the dude's name?
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, Jesse. Would you be Walter or Jesse?
I don't want to be either.
I think you would be. What's the guy's name that lives in the house?
You're definitely Walter. Definitely. Like to a degree of like your extremes of doing anything.
That's true. That's a good point.
You would just be like, yeah, I'm in.
I'm in 100%. You would be the guy. Who's the guy that is friends with Jesse Pinkman?
Badger?
Is he the tall one?
I think he is, yeah.
I like that guy. I would be Skinny Pete.
I can never see that.
That's more who we are. Badger.
We're not even the main characters.
We're not even the main. We're supporting cast.
That's fine.
Let's be honest. That's who we are. No, I would be the turtle that has the guy's head on it that crawls across the frame. That would be me.
If someone can like do a picture of that, just your face on the turtle.
That.
Like we will show that every episode.
That'll be the final, like, you know, on Bad Robot TV shows, how that little robot runs across the screen and then goes, Bad Robot. That will be our end screen. It'll be the turtle with my severed head going
somewhere on the spectrum.
So if anyone
he'd just be running across a rainbow.
Ooh.
It'll be.
I actually want him sliding down the side of it.
See, this is what we mean by rambles.
If anyone out there can do video. What is video Photoshop called? I guess just special effects.
Yeah.
If anyone out there can do special effects, can you make that happen?
Oh, we want it.
We want that now. All right, Ash, this is a good start. Let's read a poem. Do you want to kick us off with one of yours? And I think we kind of chatted a minute about these. And another way that we're similar is often you and I are on the same wavelength. And somehow today that proved to be true. Both of us have poems that are about ghosts and graveyards.
Mine's more silly and fun. And it's like a different style.
I like
it's more slam.
Okay. Do you want me to snap when you're done?
Why?
Is that what they do on? Because that's like what
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, they do this.
But the problem is I can't clip, so I'll just give you a small clap.
Okay, that's fine. You don't know how to snap?
Can't do it.
All you gotta do is this. No, wrong finger, dude. You gotta use your middle finger.
Doesn't work.
Here, you do it, and I'll give you the sound effect so it looks like you're doing it.
It's behind, but people will love it.
That was great. All right.
So anyway, this is called Bone Shaker. And if I can breathe all the way through this, I'm gonna be really proud of myself.
You got this.
Probably not the day to do a long one. But there we go. All right. When I'm gone and there's no bones left to shake, where will the excitement go? I think I'm okay with being a ghost. No sleep deprivation. No please leave me alone. No checking I lock the door for the millionth time. And I imagine when I want to be gone, I can just go. It might take a while to adjust. I imagine ghost powers take a little getting used to. But before long, I'll be doing all sorts of ghostly things, like turning off the lights and moving books slightly. Maybe ghosts even have ghost burgers and ghost cheese. P.S. I love burgers. If we can get sponsored by burgers, now that would be the dream.
Okay, I want turkey burgers, but continue.
Okay. And ghost bacon, and hopefully not ghost attacks. Like heart attacks, but ghosty. Maybe ghosts have the best educational system. I could allow myself a sweet ghost job, scaring the EBGBs out of unwanted residents like a realtor, but better. I would take the masterclass in Ghost University, and eventually I'd ace it. Sure, I'd flunk it a few times, but what's the rush? I'm already dead. In the meantime, I'd take a job in the mailroom and make some ghost buddies, and we'd goof around and send mail to the humans to really freak them out. This is, of course, if there isn't a gap in the market for ghost poetry. But I'd be battling with the greats, and I'd really have to step my game up. On the other hand, if I couldn't afford my ghost rent from my ghost apartment, I just walk through the walls and live anywhere I wanted, sure, you wouldn't be there, and that would sort of suck. But maybe I could learn to love you, haunt you lovingly. I'm sure even ghosts have their off days, but I don't think their off is as off as this off. And look, human, I'm sorry. I will find a way to pay you for that lamp. So sorry, Death. You don't scare me. Fear doesn't vibrate these bones. Only joy knows how to shake them. I'm a make the most of it sort of man. Throw me into a crocodile pit, and I will emerge a few fingers short with the title Crocodile King. I became such good friends of words. They don't have the heart to hurt me anymore. So when I say I'm invincible, this is exactly what I mean.
Dude, I love that one.
That one's a good one. I like that one.
I like that one a lot.
I probably like it because it's got ghosts in it.
Second thing, I just now have what your t-shirt design is going to be.
Yeah?
MC Wilder, a crocodile with a crown. I just blew your mind, didn't I?
Crocodile crown, right? DJ desk.
Crocodile King with two turntables and a microphone.
Yeah.
MC Wilder.
I know we're asking a lot this episode, but anyone can design that. And
you know what else is going to be? A necklace, a gold bling necklace on the crocodile of your fingers that it ate.
Oh, that's sick.
I know. We're already done.
My mind's blown.
I know. That's all right.
It's only episode 1.
Episode 1, and we might as well just call it a season.
Just call it a day and go home. I'm done.
I don't even need to read my poem. All right, mine.
What you got?
Mine.
I'll give you a small clap.
You've already read mine, but I'm going to read it anyway. This was actually a custom poem for a dude, and it was kind of interesting because whenever I get asked to do custom poems, I would say 95% of the times people want something about their boyfriend or their girlfriend or someone that they love. And this time, the guy was awesome, and he wanted something for himself. And I think that is a badass thing to ask for, because it's hard in this life to ask for something for yourself. And he did it, and it was awesome. And so this is what fell out.
Can't wait.
All right. Where do we bury the bones of our dreams? What graveyard, what headstone marks the resting place of our passions? We mourn them, often when their passing is fresh, flowers on the upturned earth. We marvel as it settles, shovel stabs healing as if stitched. Grass returns. We forget we're built for this, the amnesia that keeps us alive. Forget to recall what it was we buried. Forget who we were before the loss. In some fever dream of night, we sit straight up with voice hoarse from the shouting. Haunted, we say, and hear the whisper of what we entombed. Grab our shovels and unsettle the earth. Dig until you hit wood and regret. Dig until mud-soaked and sobbing. Dig until that whisper becomes a scream. Do not mourn what can be revived. Pound on the lid you hid them beneath and shake the bones of your hope. Call this excavation. Call it exhumation. And with all you sacrificed, run off into the still night air.
Yeah, as small as you can get.
I wanted the smallest applause feasible.
Like lobster claps?
I don't even know lobster. I was going to say like tiny little like shrimp. Wait, shrimp don't have claws?
See, you read that one to me. You sent that one to me like immediately after you wrote it, I think.
I did do.
It wasn't long.
It wasn't.
And it's just so strange how like sometimes you just get that one that just sends you off into so many different places.
Yep.
But you really nailed that one. You nailed that one.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
All right. So I think this is a good intro. I think people, we whet their appetites. Maybe they don't ever want to see our faces and hear our voices again.
I'm sure there'll be like one person.
There'll be a straggler.
Loves us.
And there'll be one that we'll get death threats from.
That's who I'm doing it for.
For you. For the one.
For the one person who loves us.
The one fan of MC Wilder.
Please buy my shirt.
I'm making that today, so that's what I'm doing the rest of my day.
It's nighttime here, so I'm gonna wake up to a lovely t-shirt.
You definitely are.
I can't
All
wait
right.
for that.
Round 1 in the books, man. Let's see where
In the
this takes
books.
us, and we'll make a habit of it.
Thank you for listening, whoever listened. Thank you for watching, whoever watched.
Thank
We'll
you
see you soon.
for your interest. And I don't know how often we're going to do these, but I guess we'll see what the interest is like.
Yeah, we'll see what it goes down to.
Yeah.
Like we said, send your questions.
Your
Don't
queries.
be scared to ask.
No ask is too big.
Just take that as well, because we have got history with depression too, and all that. So anything.
It's a
So
wide berth.
We'll be able to. We'll probably be able to shed some light on whatever you got.
We will. It'll be like Dear Abby across the oceans.
If that's perfect. That's perfect. There.
All right, buddy.
We'll see you all next time.
We'll see you next time, guys. Love you and stay healthy and safe and things. Peace out.
Peace out.